The premise for Aditya Hrudayam is the battle between Lord Rama and Ravana. Midway through the battle, Lord Rama is tired, exhausted. Meanwhile, Ravana is resplendent and full of energy. It is at this point that sage Agastya approaches Lord Rama and preaches him Aditya Hrudayam, a set of shlokas dedicated to the sun god to restore his energy. It is believed that if you recite Aditya Hrudayam every day in the morning, you get back your lost energy and you are ready to face that day.
Tato yuddha parishrantam samare chintaya sthitam ravanam chagrato drishtva yuddhaya samupasthitam.
The first shloka talks about the tiredness of Lord Rama fighting the battle with Ravana. Yuddha parishrantam means he's tired of the battle. Samare chintaya sthitam. So what is he? He is lost in thoughts. Ravanam chagrato drishtva. And Ravana is full of energy, resplendent, standing before him. Yuddhaya samupasthitam. And the battle is so near, not yet over. So the meaning of this shloka is, with the battle midway through, halfway through, and Ravana still having all his energy intact, Lord Rama is lost in his thoughts, exhausted.
Daivataischa samagamya drishtumabhyagatoranam upagamya bravidramam agastyo bhagavan rishihi.
The second shloka talks about the approach of all the celestial beings along with sage Agastya to witness the battle between Lord Rama and Ravana. Sage Agastya approaches Lord Rama in this shloka. Daivataischa samagamya, along with all the devatas, celestial beings, drashtumabhyagatoranam, to witness the battle between Lord Rama and Ravana. Upagamyabra vidramam agastyo bhagavan rishihi. Sage Agastya approaches Lord Rama.
Rama Rama Mahabaho Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam Yena Sarvanarin Vatsa Samare Vijayishyasi. In
the third shloka, sage Agastya tells Lord Rama to listen to the eternal secret through which he can be victorious against all enemies. Rama Rama Mahabaho, O Lord with the mighty arms, Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam, listen to this eternal secret. Yena Sarvanarin Vatsa Samare Vijayishyasi, by which you can emerge victorious against all your enemies.
Aditya Hrudayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam Jayavaham Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam.
The fourth shloka talks about the benefits of reciting Aditya Hrudayam daily. Aditya Hrudayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam. If recited daily, Aditya Hrudayam, which is sacred, it can be the destroyer of all enemies. Jayavaham Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam. It brings victory if recited daily and imparts undecaying auspiciousness of the highest kind.
Sarva Mangala Mangalyam Sarva Papa Pranashanam Chinta Shoka Prashamanam Ayurvardhana Muktamam.
From the fifth shloka onwards, sage Agastya explains what the sun god does and how he goes about doing it. Sarva Mangala Mangalyam Sarva Papa Pranashanam. He is the bestower of all-round welfare, Sarva Mangala Mangalyam. And he is the remover of all sins, Sarva Papa Pranashanam. He heals the worries and griefs, Chinta Shoka Prashamanam, Ayurvardhanamuttamam, and he increases the lifespan of all people.
रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विवस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरम्.
In the sixth shloka, sage Agastya describes the sun god. The sun is filled with rays, Rashmi Mantam, and rises equal for all, spreading his illumination. Samudyantam. He is reverentially worshipped by both the Devas and the Asuras. Devasura Namaskritam. The sun is to be worshipped who shines forth Vivaswantam, creating his own light, Bhaskaram, and who is the Lord of the universe, Bhuvaneshwaram.
सर्वदेवात्मको ह्येष तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः येष देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पाति गभस्तिभिः.
The sage continues in the seventh shloka. He carries the essence of splendor of all the devas, says he, Sarva Devatmako, and is filled with fiery energy, Tejasvi, which he manifests in his rays, Rashmi Bhavanaha. Esha Deva Suraganan Lokan Pati Gabasthibihi. He says, the sun god protects the lokas of the devas and asuras by his rays.
Yesha Brahma cha Vishnuscha Shivaskanda Prajapatihi Mahendrodhanadakalo Yamasomo Hyapampatihi.
Continuing the description of the sun god in the eighth shloka, the sage explains that he is Brahma, he is Vishnu, he is Shiva, he is Skanda and Prajapati. He is also Mahendra, another name for Indra, Dhanada, the god of wealth, Kala, the god of time, Yama, the god of death, Soma, the god of moon, Yapampatihi, he is also the lord of water.
Pitaro vasavassadhya hyashvino maruto manuhu vayurvahni prajapranaha rutukarta prabhakaraha.
In the ninth shloka, the sage proceeds further. Pitaraha is a name for ancestors. So he is indeed the ancestor of all. Vasu, Sadhya, Ashwin, Marut and Manu. He is the ancestor for all these beings. He is also the wind, Vayuhu. He is also the fire, Vahnihi. He resides in the prana of his offsprings inside, and he is the creator of different seasons, Ritukarta, and fills everything with splendor, Prabhakaraha.
Aditya Savita Surya Kagah Pusha Gabhastiman Suvarna Sadrusho Banuhu Hiranyareta Divakaraha.
The 10th shloka says that Surya is the son of Aditi, Aditya. He is the vivifier of all, Savita. He is the great planet, Khaga. He is full of rays, Gabhastiman, and nourishes all, Pusha. His luster is like gold, Suvarna Sadrusho Bhanu, which emanates from his golden seeds, Hiranyareto, and creates the bright day for us, Divakaraha.
Haridashva Sahasrarchihi Sapta Saptir Marichiman तिमिरोन्मथनः शम्भु स्त्वष्टा मार्ताण्ड अंशुमान्.
The 11th shloka talks of thousands of light rays which come out of him like reddish yellow horses. His 7 horses producing the light. Haridashva Sahasrarchi Sapta Saptir Marichiman. He removes the darkness, Timira, of both outside and inside and makes us joyful. Timironmatha Shambhustvashta Martanda Amshuman. He floats in the sky like a huge bird, Martanda, the bird of light, which emits light.
हिरण्यगर्भः शिशिरस्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिते पुत्रः शङ्गः शिशिरनाशनः.
The 12th shloka talks of 2 types of wombs, the golden womb and the womb of fire. His golden womb, Hiranyagarbha, burns the dew, representing underlying substances, and creates light, Bhaskara, which shines in the sky as the sun, Ravihi. The womb of fire, Agni-garbha, of the son of Aditi, sounds his conch, which awakens us and destroys our frigidity, inertness.
व्योमनाथस्तमो भेदी ऋग्यजुस्सामपारगः घनवृष्टिरपां मित्रो विन्ध्यवीथिप्लवङ्गमः.
The 13th shloka describes him as the Lord of the sky, Vyomanatha, who breaks the darkness of the sky every morning, Tamo Bhedi, as well as the darkness of ignorance within us. He being the knower of Rig, Yajur and Samavedas. He is the cause of heavy rains, Ghana Vrishtirapam Mitro, and is the friend of water. He crosses the Vindhya mountains by jumping across. He moves speedily across the sky.
आतपी मण्डली मृत्युः पिङ्गळः सर्वतापनः कविर्विश्वो महातेजः रक्तः सर्वभवोद्भवः.
The 14th shloka describes the sun god further. His great orb, Mandala, which is full of heat, is like an incarnation of death, Mrityu, having reddish brown color and burning everything within it. He is also a poet who creates the world, Kavir Vishwo Mahatejaha, by supplying energy for activities. His great fiery energy, red in color, Rakta Sarva Bhavodbhavah, gives rise to this entire worldly existence.
नक्षत्रग्रहताराणाम् अधिपो विश्वभावनः तेजसामपि तेजस्वी द्वादशात्मन्नमोऽस्तु ते.
The 15th shloka says that he is the presiding deity of constellations, nakshatra, planets, graha, and stars, tara, and conceives the whole universe in his mind, Vishwa Bhavanah. He has more energy of splendor, tejas, than even the most energetic, who has 12 Atmans. In Hinduism, it is considered that there are 12 Atmans or 12 Adityas. They are Varuna, Mitra, Aryama, Bhaga, Amshuman, Dhata, Parjamya, Tvashtha, Vishnu, Pushya and Vivaswan.
नमः पूर्वाय गिरये पश्चिमायाद्रये नमः ज्योतिर्गणानां पतये दीनाधिपतये नमः.
Namaha in Sanskrit is salutations. So in the 16th shloka, salutations to him in the eastern mountains when he is rising. Namaha Purvaya Giraye. Salutations to him in the western mountains when he is setting. Paschimayadraye Namaha. Salutations to the Lord of the group of luminaries, Jyotirgananam Pataye, and salutations to the Lord of the day, Dinadhipataye Namaha.
जयाय जयभद्राय हर्यश्वाय नमो नमः. नमो नमः सहस्रांशो आदित्याय नमो नमः.
Continuing with the salutations to the sun god. Now, in the 17th shloka, it's salutations again and again. To him who gives victory. Salutations to him who makes that victory auspicious. Salutations again to him with reddish horses who bears the world. Jayaya, Jayabhadraya, Haryashvaya Namo Namaha. Salutations again and again to him who spreads himself in 1,000 parts as rays. Namo Namasahasramsho Adityaya Namo Namaha. Salutations to him who is the son of Aditi.
Nama Ugraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Namah Padma Prabodhaya Martandaya Namo Namaha.
The salutations continue in the 18th shloka. Salutations to him who is powerful, Ugra, eminent, Veera, colorful, Saranga. Salutations to him who awakens or blossoms the lotus flower, Padma Prabodhaya. Salutations again and again to Martanda, the great bird.
Brahmeshanashchudeshaya Suryaya Aditya Varchase Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Raudraya Vapushe Namaha.
The salutations to him continue in the 19th shloka, who is the Lord of Brahma, Ishana Shiva, and Achyuta Vishnu, and who has the vital power and splendor of an Aditya. Suryaditya Varchase. Salutations also to him who has the terrible form of Rudra, which shines and consumes all. Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Raudraya Vapushe Namaha.
Tamognaya Himagnaya Shatrugnaya Mitatmane Kritagnagnaya Devaya Jyotisham Pataye Namaha.
In the 20th shloka, salutations to him who is the destroyer of ignorance, Tamagna. Salutations to him who is the destroyer of frigidity, Himagna, inertness. Salutations to him who is the destroyer of enemies, Shatrugna. And salutations to him who is the infinite Atman. Salutations to him who is the destroyer of the ungrateful, Kritagna. And salutations to him who is the divinity who showers light to all. Jyotisham Pataye Namaha.
Taptachami Karabhaya Vahnaye Vishwakarmane Namastamobhinignaya Ruchaye Lokasakshine.
Shloka 21 salutes him who has the splendor of molten gold. Taptachami Karabhaya. He is the fire who gives energy for all activities in the world. Vahnaye Vishwakarmane. Salutations to him who subdues the darkness. Namas Tamobhinignaya. Who has a beautiful splendor. Ruchaye Lokasakshine. and who is the witness of the world.
नाशयत्येष वैभूतं तदेव सृजति प्रभुः पायत्येष तपत्येष वर्षत्येष गभस्तिभिः.
Shloka 22 talks of him as the Lord of destroying the beings as well as Lord of creating the beings. Nashayatyesha vaibhutam tadeva srujati prabhu. Srujati is creation. He drinks the water by his rays, then heats the water and again rains in the form of the same water. Payatyesha tapatyesha varshatyesha gabhastibihi.
येष सुप्तेषु जागर्ति भूतेषु परिनिष्ठितः येष एवाग्निहोत्रं च फलं चैवाग्निहोत्रिणाम्.
Shloka 23 further says that he remains awake when all living beings sleep by abiding within those very beings. Esha supteshu jagarti bhuteshu parinishtitaha. He indeed is the fruit of the Agnihotra, which is sought after by the Agnihotrins, performers of the Agnihotra. Esha chaivagni-hotram cha phalam chaivagni-hotrinam.
वेदाश्च कृतवश्चैव क्रतूनां फलमेव च यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु सर्व एष रविप्रभुः.
Shloka 24 describes him further. He is indeed the Vedic sacrifice itself, and he is the fruit of those sacrifices as well. Vedascha kratavaschaiva kratunam phalameva cha. He is the Lord, he is the power behind whatever works are to be performed in this world. He is Ravihi. Yani krityani lokeshu sarva esha Ravi Prabhu.
फलश्रुतिः येन मापत्सु कृच्छेषु कान्तारेषु भयेषु च कीर्तयन् पुरुषः कश्चिन्नावसीदति राघव.
In Shloka 25, sage Agastya addresses Lord Rama as O Raghava and says that praising him during calamities, during hardships, in forests and when afraid, and by praising him, nobody, no person sinks down. Enam apatsu during calamities, krichreshu during hardships, kantareshu in forests, bhayeshu cha and when afraid. Kirtayan Purushaha, by praising him, Kaschin na avasidati Raghava. No person can sink down.
पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो देवदेवं जगत्पतिं एतत्त्रिगुणितं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि.
Sage Agastya continues in the 26th shloka by saying, O Rama, by worshipping him with one-pointed devotion, by worshipping the Lord of the Devas, who's the master of the universe, by repeating the Aditya Hrudayam 3 times, you will be victorious in this battle. Pujayasvaina mekagro devadevam jagatpatim etat trigunitam thrice japtva. Meditating upon it, yuddheshu vijayisyasi. You are certain of success in the battle.
अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि एवमुक्त्वा तदागस्त्यो जगाम च यथागतम्.
Finally, in the 27th shloka, sage Agastya says, O Rama of mighty arms, at the right moment, which is very soon, you will slay Ravana. Having said thus, sage Agastya then goes back the manner in which he came. Asmin kshane mahabaho. At the right moment, Ravanam tvam vadhishyasi. You will certainly kill him. Eva muktva. Having said this, tatogastyo jagamacha yathagatam. He goes back the same way in which he came.
एतच्छ्रुत्वा महातेजा नष्टशोको भवत्तदा धारयामास सुप्रीतो राघवप्रयतात्मवान्.
In the 28th shloka, Lord Rama, on hearing the splendor of Aditya Hrudayam, becomes free from all worries. Etat shrutva mahatejaha nashtashoko bhavattada. Raghava of the pious heart then assumes a delightful appearance. Dharayamasa suprito. Raghava prayatatmavan.
आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा तु परं हर्षमवाप्तवान् त्रिराचम्य शुचिर्भूत्वा धनुराधाय वीर्यवान्.
The 29th shloka of Aditya Hrudayam says that Lord Rama, on looking at the sun god, he recites the stotram and he becomes very happy. Adityam prekshya japtvatu param harshamavaptavan. He sips water 3 times, trirachamya shuchir bhutva, and becomes purified. Lord Rama, the valiant one, Viryavan, takes up his bow, Dhanuradaya.
रावणं प्रेक्ष्य हृष्टात्मा युद्धाय समुपागमत् सर्वयत्नेन महता वधे तस्य धृतोऽभवत्.
The 30th shloka describes the mindset of Lord Rama after having meditated upon it thrice. The happy-souled Rama, Ravanam prekshya drishtva yuddhaya samupagamat, seeing Ravana approaching to wage a war, sarvayatnena mahata, collects all his efforts and aspirations, vadhe tasya dhruto bhavat, to slay that mighty demon.
अथ रविरवदन् निरीक्ष्य रामं मुदितमनः परमं प्रहृष्यमाणः निशिचरपतिसंक्षयं विदित्वा सुरगणमध्यगतो वचस्वरेति.
In the 31st shloka, the sun god then looks at Rama with a delighted mind and great pleasure. Atha Ravihi Avadan Nirikshya Ramam, having looked at him, Mudita Manaha, with a delighted mind, and Paramam Prahrishyamanaha, and with great pleasure. He says that the time of the final destruction of the king of the night movers, the demons, has arrived. Nishicharapati Sankshayam Viditva, and among the group of gods, he says, make haste, O Rama, and save the world. Suragana Madhyagato Vachastvareti.
इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकिये आदिकाव्ये युद्धकाण्डे सप्तोत्तरशततमः सर्गः.
Aditya Hrudayam appears in Valmiki Ramayana in the Yuddha Kandam. It is the 107th canto. Those who are interested can please go through Valmiki Ramayana to read this revered text. Thank you.